Hello Drupal, how are you?
Hi, I'm good.
Okay, so first tell me something about yourself. What are you doing right now?
Um, Recording in progress. I'm listening to the clock.
Okay, you tell me the name of your school, in which school you are.
In high school.
Okay, so how do you feel in chemistry?
I've never really got to the subject.
Okay, you like science?
Yes,
Good. Definitely you like the new things, like the research, like the some different computers, new gadgets.
yes.
Good. So have you listened about the acids, the topic? Have you listened about the acid? No?
No.
Have you listened about the atoms, atomic bomb?
Yes.
You have listened about the atomic bomb?
Not the atomic bomb, but I know about atoms.
You know the atom. Okay, that's good. So today you will feel different and definitely you will enjoy my lecture. My subject is chemistry and I'm teaching you. Okay, definitely we can perform the activity in the studio, as I have many laboratory in the studio, so we can perform the activities sometimes to make the lecture interesting and you will enjoy. Okay, so do you know the name of the compound? What is this? Can you read it? What is this?
I don't
You
know.
don't know. Okay, I'm writing here the one more thing.
Is it hydrogen?
Hydrogen, yeah, you know about the hydrogen. What is this?
With, that's water. H2O.
Water, H2O. What is this?
I don't know.
Do you know the oxygen? How we can represent the oxygen? Like, as you told me, the hydrogen by H. We represent oxygen by O.
Oh,
For nitrogen,
N.
N. You know the oxygen, that is the most important gas for our life. We can't live without oxygen. Am I right?
Yes.
Can we live long without the food, without the meal?
We can live, but not for long. Not for like 3 or 4 days.
We can stay for some time, but without oxygen, we can't live, I think, more than 5 minutes. Okay, so before to start the topic, I want to tell you something about the technology and about the techniques, how I will teach you. We use the different gadgets, we use the different instrument, we perform the activity in the live session to make the lecture more interesting, and we provide the main lecture as you are attending right now, and after the end of the lecture the same lecture will be available on our website, so you can go there and you can revise anytime, anywhere. When your exam is near, then definitely you need the revision. So for quick revision you can revise same lecture many times as you want. We provide the notes and the mind map related to the topic, and we have reserved some hours for the revision and the doubt session separately. And definitely there is a test, weekly test on Sunday, and one test or one exam on monthly basis. and we use angeli for the better communication between you, me, and parent. So I think it is sufficient to learn the science in a perfect way. Okay, so I want to discuss something about the acids and the base. We eat many things in our daily life. We eat many acids. So can you tell me the taste of orange, taste of pickles? Taste of pickles, can you tell me?
I've never eaten a pickle.
Orange?
It's really juicy.
Lemon?
It's really sour.
Sour, yeah. So all these substances which taste the sour, they are acids. They are acids. Okay, and there's another substance opposite to the acid. They are base, and they are bitter in taste. So can you tell me the name of any substance having bitter taste except medicine?
Lemon?
Lemon is bitter? No,
Yeah.
that is sour in taste.
That's the only
You don't
thing
know, you don't
I
know. Okay. There's a substance that is a baking powder used in kitchen to make the sweets, to make the cake. We use that. That is a base. So most of the substance, you please.
I think it's called bicarbonate of soda.
Sodium bicarbonate. You are so good. You know something about the chemistry, but as you were saying, oh sorry, I don't know. You know that is a baking soda. That is the sodium hydrogen carbonate. Sodium hydrogen carbonate. Okay, so we can check whether the substance is acid or base, not by the taste, because that may be poisonous sometimes. But we can perform many practicals, many activities which help us to find out the nature of the substance. We use the indicator. Okay, I'm writing here the name of that substance. That is, oh, you see, the taste of lemon, the taste of, oh, it's so bitter. Okay, what is happening with the baby? So the one is eating acid and another taste is bitter, that is a base. Okay, oh my god, yes. See, we eat many vegetables, many fruits, so there are some acids like the tomatoes, you know, that contain oxalic acid, and orange, there is citric acid. These are the name of acids which are present in the fruits. Like the apple, there is a malic acid, grapes, tartaric acid, curd, that is lactic acid, and lemon, that also contains the citric acid. Vinegar, have you eaten the vinegar?
Tasted it.
Vinegar, acetic acid, commonly known as.
I've seen vinegar.
Oh,
I've
and not
used it in like an experiment,
okay,
but
not
I
taste.
don't think I have tasted it.
Okay, okay, and
I know
termine.
it's pretty sour.
Yeah, obviously that is vinegar. So that contain the tartaric acid. So there are different acids we use in our daily life. These are sour in taste. So there's a compound known as indicator. You can note down indicator. Indicator are the substance that is used to check the nature of the substance, whether it is acids or base, because indicator change their color, different color they produce in acidic medium and different color in the basic medium. Like phenolphthalein, there's a good indicator, phenolphthalein. Phenolphthalein is a chemical which does not produce any color in acidic medium. No color in acids, but it produced the pink color. It produced pink color in base, in basic medium. Do you know the nature of the soft drinks like Coke, Pepsi? They are acidic or basic? Acidic, definitely. That's why most of the time parent advises don't take in excess quantity. These may harm you, okay? Because these are acidic in nature. You know, there is a carbonic acid. The formula of carbonic acid is H2CO3. It is present in the soft drink because H2O water that react with carbon dioxide, it is gas. When carbon dioxide react with water that make carbonic acid, so this carbonic acid is present inside the Coke, inside of Pepsi and other breeds and all. So we can perform the activity if we add a small amount of the salt into it. Then what happened? Have you observed sometimes? If we sometimes if we add this pinch of the salt, table salt, into the soft drinks, you know what happened? The soft drink that comes out from the container. Do you know why? Why it come outside?
Maybe because it salt has like a reaction.
Yeah, and that produce CO2. So CO2 is a gas that release from the solution quickly. So with the gas, water come outside the container, outside the bottle. Okay, you know down, then I will change. Yeah.
When you said H2O plus CO2, what is the last one?
That is a gas. G for gas. Like we can write here L for liquid. We have to write the state with the chemical compound.
Okay.
Okay, so they produce H2CO3. This is known as carbonic acid. I'm writing here the name of this compound. It is the carbonic acid. Can I change the slide?
Yes.
Okay, so see, can you tell me the name of the plant? Green color.
Is it spinach?
Yeah, peppermint. That is a basic in nature, you know, that is basic in nature. Okay. So there is very few substances which are basic in nature, and definitely they are good for our health. We should avoid the acidic substance. You know, the baking soda, sodium hydrogen carbonate, the common name, as you know, the sodium hydrogen carbonate we use to make the cake, cookies, and other sweet treats. Okay. Now let's come back to the topic, that is the pH value related to the acid and base. You know, sometimes some acids are very strong and some acids are very weak. The strong acid, they can harm us. We can't touch them. Most of the time they can burn the skin, they can harm us in different way. But you know, the weak acid, we take them, we eat them in a form of meal. They does not harm us. Sometimes they are good for the health. You know, there is a HCl, that is known as hydrochloric acid, which is produced in our intestine. Do you know? The HCl, there is an acid in its stomach that produces in its stomach.
Acid in our stomach, but I
So,
never used for that.
yes, bile juice. So that help in the digestion of the food, and obviously that kill the germs. Okay, so if the acid is very strong, we should protect ourselves from that. So there is a parameter, there is a scale which help us to find out the strength of acid as well as base, and that is known as pH value. That is known as pH value. It is just like the meter, centimeter, kilometer. to measure the distance, to measure the length, and like you use the gram and kilogram to measure the weight. Similarly, we use the pH meter or pH value. So it is, you can note down the pH value. It is, I'm writing here, it is a scale used to measure the strength of acids or bases. Its range starts from 0 to 14, 0 to 14, which divide in two parts. 0 to 7 pH value, 0 to 7, that is reserved for the acids, that reserved for the acids, and 7 to 14, that is reserved for the base. As the pH value decreased from 7 to 0, acidity increase. But as we move from 7 to 14, basicity increase. So suppose we are having two solutions, the solution A and the solution B. The pH value of solution A is 3 and for B it is 5. Can you tell me which acid is a strong acid?
3.
Yeah, obviously. And we are having two basic solution, one having pH 13, another having pH 14. Which one is strong base?
14.
14, obviously, you're good. That's good. And the pH value 7 is reserved for the neutral substance. If the substance having pH value 7, it means it is neutral. Neutral means it is neither acid nor base. It is neutral. For example, water. Water is the neutral substance. It is neither acid nor base. The different body organ in our system has different pH value, like the buccal cavity inside the mouth, it is having different pH value. As you know, the bile juice having different pH value, like your blood. So can you tell me the nature of blood? Is it acidic or basic? Can you think about it?
Would it be acidic?
No, that is slightly basic. Your blood is slightly basic in nature, and the pH value of your blood is 7.4. You can note down the pH value of blood, that is 7.4, which is slightly basic in nature. But you know, we are eating so many acids, we are eating so many basic substances, but the pH value of our blood does not change. You know, the pH value of your blood does not change. That is a constant. But suppose sometimes it change, and how it change, and then what will happen? Suppose we are taking the tablets, we are taking the medicine, or sometimes, you know, some injections, they are not suitable for us. Sometimes they produce different reaction in our body. So that in that situation, the pH value of blood that change. If the pH value of your blood changes slightly, then we feel a lot of irritation, madness, and sometimes it may cause death. So the pH value of our blood, that is a constant, that is known as buffer solution. So such acid or basic substance which does not change their pH value, either we mix some amount of acid or base into it, the pH value remain constant. They are known as buffer solution. You know down please, I'm writing here buffer solution. buffer solution. Such substance which pH value does change either we mixed some amount of acids or bases into it. They're known as buffer solution. For example, blood. Basic buffer having pH 7.4. So if acid react with base, they will try to make solution neutral. Okay, if it is there's one substance that is a strong acid and we are going to add base into it, then base react with the acid and try to make it neutral salt. Okay, but suppose we are having the huge quantity of the acid and very small quantity, little quantity of the base we are having, so definitely the small quantity of base is not capable to make the acid neutral completely, but definitely it creates its effect. So some amount of the base that can neutralize the some amount of acid, but the salt remain acidic in nature. Okay, so if we are having the equal concentration of the acid, equal concentration of the base, then definitely they will react together, they make the neutral salt, like the NaOH. It is sodium hydroxide, it is a base. Sodium hydroxide, that is a base, react with HCl, that is hydrochloric acid. When they react together, they make NaCl plus water. The NaCl is known as common salt, which is a neutral salt. Okay.
So what is after the plus H? What is that?
Pardon?
What is after the NaOH plus H something?
Okay. You know, if we are having the equal concentration of NaOH, that is a sodium hydroxide, Na means sodium, OH means hydroxide. When they react completely with the HNCl, if the concentration or the amount of HCl that is equal to the NaOH, they will react completely. They will make NaCl and they will release water molecule also. It is the water, NaCl, that is the sodium chloride. Okay, I know that you may face some problem into the nomenclature of the compound, but slowly you'll be able to know each and everything. Okay, so like the water represented by the H2O, similarly there's a different compound like NaOH. The name is sodium for Na. Oxygen and hydrogen combinedly they make hydroxide. So the complete name of NaOH, that is sodium hydroxide, which is a strong base. And HCl, this HCl is formed in your intestine, that is the bile juice. HCl, it produced in your body. Okay, so they produce the table salt, that is NaCl and H2O. So what did you understand? Now can you tell me something about the acids?
Acid is always in the first half of the pH value.
From 0 to 7?
Yeah, from 0 to 7.
Okay.
And we create acid called HCl, hydrochloride.
Chloric acid, hydrochloric acid, that is a strong acid. Hydrochloric acid. And what do you think about the base, about their taste?
In the second half, and it's more bitter.
Yes, yes, absolutely. And there's one more common test available for the acid and base. There's a paper that is known as pH paper, or you can say the litmus paper, pH paper or litmus paper. If we touch the substance with the litmus paper, if it's turned blue, so that was basic in nature. If it's turned red, it was acidic substance. Okay, litmus paper, it turned blue in base. If litmus paper turned red, it means your substance was acid. So it is a very common, and we can perform definitely the same activity in laboratory. I'm having the pH paper, but today we have very less time, so that's why I'm unable to perform the activity. It is so simple test, and we can check many substances, like we can check the juice. If we touch the juice, like the lemon juice, so that will turn red. It means the juice was acidic in nature. Okay, so definitely you will enjoy a lot in our session. And what I observed that really it is not a good situation in chemistry especially. And if you will join my classes, definitely we will enjoy, and I will teach you in a proper way, as I observe that you have capacity to absorb the information, and definitely you calculate and you try to give answer by your own. That's good for you. So do you have any question you want to ask?
No.
So it was very short time for me because it is the time to start my next session. So Drupad, thank you and God bless you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Bye.
Thank you for the lesson.
Bye.